Did you check? Ah. Good morning. We are going to meditate. I know, we're starting early. It's okay. And people can come in. This is my meditation today. What we're gonna do is we're gonna find the center of ourselves, and we're gonna calm our spirit into that space. Please come on in. We got a couple of minutes still. Makes it easy. See, what we're going to do is anybody who's ready to meditate, you close your eyes and just focus on your breathing for a couple of minutes. See, as you focus on your breathing, you'll have these thoughts. You'll be thinking about this: did I leave the stove on? Did I lock my door? Right. So all of those are your active brain, which never stops thinking, just throwing things into the works. Right. It's throwing tools into your gears and messing it all up. So what we do is as we take a breath in, we go ahead and hold on to whatever that thought is for just a second. Acknowledge that it's a thought, and then when you breathe out, you just let it go. The first part of meditation is always quieting your response to your active brain. Because your brain never stops thinking. The only time it stops thinking is when you pass away, right? No more electricity. So we just breathe in, that random thought or sound or whatever it is, hold on to it, acknowledge it for what it is, and breathe out, let it go. Just because you had a thought doesn't mean that it needs to affect you. Just because you hear a sound doesn't mean you need to be affected by it. It is unimportant in the flow of your consciousness. It is unimportant in your connection to God. Breathe in, acknowledge, and release. This works for your muscles too. If you breathe in and acknowledge a muscle that you're holding tightly, a fist, whatever, shoulders are all tight, just release it and breathe out. If you're having trouble letting go of something, realize that what you're really doing, you're not ignoring it. You're letting God deal with it for now. If it's that important, God will place it back in your mind when you have time to deal with it, when you need to deal with it. Right now, you don't need to deal with any of the noise of life. You don't need to deal with any of the sounds or the rush. All you really need to do is breathe in, breathe out, and just be. Have faith that whatever it is you need in life is not only supplied by God through the world around you, but even the things you need to know or the sounds you hear will be dealt with when they need to be dealt with. It doesn't have to be now. Picture in your mind's eyes, right above the forehead, where you imagine things. You're sitting in a field. There's grass lazily moving in the light breeze all around you. You're sitting on the ground. There's nowhere to go. You're completely relaxed. You get to just exist on this beautiful day with the sun far overhead. Beautiful blue sky. There's no danger around you. Just a perfectly beautiful day. Nowhere to go and nothing to do. You're just gently existing. It's like floating in a pool. In order to float, you have to release all the tension and just be. Feel the grass flowing around you in the breeze. Birds far up in the sky, just floating on the drafts. In this calmness, you can feel the love that is God. It comes from the ground underneath your feet. It comes from the way the grass flows with the wind. It's in the way the air beats at the bottom of the bird's wings to keep them aloft. You feel it there in your heart. You experience life without any attachments, without any requirements. Any sounds you may hear, you just let them go. Any thoughts, they're not necessary. We don't need to hold on to them. Breathe in. Breathe out. In your mind's eye, you stand up in this field, in this space of absolute calm and peace, overflowing with love of life, love that is life, knowing and trusting that all that needs to be taken care of is already done, that God's got this. And you begin walking in faith. Take this feeling with you throughout the day, throughout the service, as you go about your business after service. Know and trust, faith, that this is always just one set of breaths away throughout your day. Thank you for joining me in meditation. Our service will begin at 10 o'clock.
Once upon a time I found you under an October sky. Eyes that simply saw right through me, ears that heard my honest cry. I knew you before I knew you. Sweet familiarity. You blew in upon a west wind, balanced my polarity. I wouldn't be the man I am, lying laid down with a lamb, and there's peace in the valley. Oh, love revelation, dance with me, sway me beside a deep blue sea, and roll me in the tide. Once upon a time I kissed you, taste of snowflakes, Santa Fe. Nothing mattered but the moment. Nothing matters still today. I knew you before I knew you. Sweet familiarity. You blew in upon a west wind, balanced my polarity. I wouldn't be the man I am, lying laid down with a lamb, and there's peace in the valley. Oh, love revelation, dance with me, sway me beside a deep blue sea, and roll me in the tide. Just like once upon a time, everything will be just fine. You make all the stars align when we watch the world unwind. You and I. thunderstorm in late July. Blue-eyed soul and blonde ambition. Lover from another life. I knew you before I knew you. Sweet familiarity. You blew in upon a west wind, balanced my polarity. I wouldn't be the man I am, lying laid down with the lamb, and there's peace in the valley. Oh, love revelation, dance with me, swim me beside a deep blue sea, and roll me in the tide. Every day is once upon a time. Every day is once upon a time. Once upon a time I found you under an October sky. Blue-eyed soul and blonde ambition. Lover from another life. Every day is once upon a time. Oh, once upon a time. Once upon a time. I am light, I am light. 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 I am not the things my family did. I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am light. 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 I'm not the mistakes that I have made, or any of the things that caused me pain. I am not the pieces of the dream I left behind. I am light. 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 Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. We're almost there. Good morning and welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Beaumont. Welcome to those online and in person. First time guests, welcome. Please pick up. And transformative community of spiritual practice. And we're going to hear
Eyes are smiling, sure it's like a morning spring. In the lilt of Irish laughter, you can hear the angels sing. And when Irish hearts are happy, all the world seems bright and gay. And when Irish eyes are smiling, sure they steal your heart away. I hear some of you singing out there. Here, let's do it. When Irish eyes are smiling, sure it's like a morning spring. In the lilt of Irish laughter, you can hear the angels sing. When Irish eyes are happy, all the world seems bright and gay. And when Irish eyes are smiling, sure they steal your heart away. Okay, now imagine you're in that Irish pub. When Irish eyes are smiling, sure it's like a morning spring. In the lilt of Irish laughter, you can hear the angels sing. When Irish hearts are happy, all the world seems bright and gay. And when Irish eyes are smiling, sure they steal your heart away. When Irish eyes are smiling, sure they steal your heart away.
I guess I should probably say something about Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Sure and begone.
All right, so it's time for, you know what? Everybody say hi to your neighbor. There we go. And I, of course, say hi to everybody when I started. So, it is time for our announcements. We had a gentleman make his transition this morning. I don't remember his full name. Well, Darcel Smith, that's it. Darcel Smith, who was helping in the sound booth, he decided it was time for him to move on to this morning. So he will be missed here, but know and trust that he's somewhere where he doesn't have to worry about getting his well, he's where he needs to be. So, all right. So to the announcements, they're short and sweet. We have a flower ministry. So you can celebrate a loved one, organization, or special occasion by sponsoring Sunday flowers with a floral arrangement and a heartfelt message. Sign up today, and information will be at the information station, which is on the wall in the entry now. We moved it off of a table and we put it up on the wall, so it's a lot easier to get to, a lot easier to see. So Sign up for the Fellowship Food Challenge for the on that same information station. There's up to a $50 reimbursement for the main dishes based on receipts. And then we have I meant to bring that up here, but that's all right, I could read it. We have an upcoming guest speaker and concert on the 30th. Yes, Sunday the 30th. The concert will be from 12:15 p.m. to 1:15. Carl Anthony is an accomplished musician and New Thought spiritualist. He will be coming to our center, and he's a fantastic gentleman. You want to speak about him at all? Because you know him.
I know Carl, and you won't want to miss that. He does a yearly pilgrimage that he takes folks to Thailand. And I'm sure he'll talk about that, where they do charitable work all over the place. So he brings people from Southern California to help with the poor, to help with the endangered elephants, and all kinds of things that he will tell you about. He also does work with kids that are compromised and, physically, emotionally compromised, and he uses music therapy for that. I'm sure he'll talk about that. So and besides being a wonderful musician, he's an absolutely wonderful person. So, highly recommended.
There you go. Hopefully I'll have a better slide for it next week. Anyway, so, and of course, after service, we are having a fellowship. We're having a Irish fellowship. Food in there smells amazing. I hope somebody got the soda bread. Did somebody get the soda bread? Yes. Perfect. All right. Well, then, my name is Adrian Madden. If I didn't introduce myself, I'm one of your licensed spiritual practitioners here at the Center for Spiritual Living Beaumont. You can always tell us because we have these handy-dandy stoles on so that you can see who we are. The other practitioners and I'm not sure there's too many. We have 1, 2, and of course our visiting minister today. Will be available for a moment of prayer on this side of the sanctuary after service. Please don't leave here this morning with anything in your heart. We would love to pray with you, and we absolutely know that prayer works. So let's go ahead and close our eyes and let this meditative song bring us to our center.
Pardon me. Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the roses falling. It's you, must go and I must bide. But come ye back when summer's in the meadow, or when the valley's hushed and white with snow. I'll be here in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny boy, I love you so. Come ye back when summer's in the meadow, or when the valley's hushed and white with snow. I'll be here in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny boy,
Normally, the practitioner does a power talk before, but I decided instead of opening a book or anything that I was just going to speak of the things that we teach here require that the words that we use be defined. And one of the most important definitions that we could possibly build into our mind, because that's what you do, we tear down the old belief structures and we give new belief structures. And the way in which you do that is by redefining the terms and words that we use. The very most important term that we could possibly redefine in our own minds in order to be able to live and walk the science of mind way is the word faith. Most people cannot define faith, and if they do, it's transitory or something outside of themselves. Faith is very simple. You can actually break down the meaning of faith to two words: knowing and trusting. There was a picture on the wall in my babysitter's house when I was a little kid, and it was a picture that probably everybody here has seen, and it shows a picture on a beach of somebody walking away from the person taking the picture, and next to him are a set of footprints. So you have the footprints of the person walking and the footprints of God right next to them. The meaning of faith is knowing and trusting that God is always there. That is faith. If you cannot know and trust, you can never release the things that we hold that block our growth, our knowing, and our ability to become something more. Our ability to change our thinking requires faith. So in order to learn something new, grow, we have to know and trust that we can do it. That's my power talk. So let's go ahead and close our eyes here. I know and trust. God is here now, all around me, in me, through me, in each and every person, in every seat, whether filled or empty, in every seat online. Place and all the spaces in between. God is speaking every word and hearing every thought. God is right now moving through each and every person here. And as I know this about myself and my place here in this space, this expression of God that I am, I know this for each and every person, whether here or online. Knowing and trusting that each person is open to hear the message today and the words that are spoken and the meanings behind those words, and that they receive those words and disseminate them outward. It is. Now it is time for our speaker, Reverend Osuna.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All you.
All right. Good morning. It's so good to see you again. I've been blessed. Reverend Michael gave me the opportunity to speak here a few months back. And I just remember how loving and how sweet everybody is here. And it seems like there might be a few more. So welcome. And I also want to speak to what Adrian talked about. When you see someone walking on the beach, but there's two sets of footprints, here in the center, it may seem like there might be an empty seat here or there, but the fullness of God is everywhere. There's not one spot that God is not. So the love, awareness, the fullness of God is in you and in that space in between you and the next person. And that is walking in faith. We all walk in faith. We get in a car to come here and we have faith the other person's going to stay on the other side of the road as we maneuver our cars to get here safely. We have faith that when we get here, Adrian and the music and the video and everything is working. All we have to do is show up and receive. How sweet is that? And we also have faith that every time we go to sleep, we're going to wake up. Sometimes here, eventually somewhere else, but we're always going to wake up. Life is eternal. So I wanted to talk to you about walking in faith and going with the flow, that knowing that as we breathe, we are empowered, we are source supplied and animated by the breath of God itself. And for whatever reasons, our body knows what to do without us having to tell it. And isn't that a good thing? Amen. That we can eat something and our body will ingest it, send it out to nourish different parts of our body and eliminate with us having to sit there and focus on that. That our body knows that if we get a little cut, it can heal. There's a knowing that we don't have to worry about everyday life because we have faith in what we've experienced, what we've learned, and what we know. And I want to share with you guys that even with the best of us, there's always going to be the times that we feel like it's a little bit more difficult than others. Is that safe to say? That's true. Yes. So we can show up, and I'm going to tell you 3 stories today, and I'm going to weave them all together with walking in faith. But I want to let you know that faith is believing in things unseen. That we have more faith in what we don't see than what we do see, because when we do that, we will see what we don't see. Anybody follow that? I give you $1 if you can repeat it. To have faith in what we don't see. Celebrate, to learn, to grow, to live, to laugh, to thrive. We are here as the power and the presence of God itself expressing in and through us. That we are the arms of God. We are the face of God. So when you see someone without a smile, you give them one of yours. We share the love in innocent small ways that build up throughout the day to have a wonderful experience in life. We prioritize that every day, don't we? Oh, we prioritize life, love, and happiness every day because we're not doing it for anybody else but ourselves. We are the most important person in our life. Because if we don't prioritize ourselves, we're not prioritizing God. There is no false God before us. Walking in faith, looking in the mirror, you look at the eyes of God. You see the face of God. You feel the love of God in you, first and foremost. And then we share it. I was at a conference once, and it was, do you guys remember the NAFTAs? when they negotiated North America and South America for trade. It was the world leaders. Bill Clinton was involved. And I was at this conference where one of the ladies that negotiated this was speaking. And she's an intelligent lady, beautifully accomplished woman, talking with the world leaders, that told the story about going on a vacation or on a river rafting trip with her daughters, and admitting that she did it by faith because she didn't know how to swim. I can relate to her because I went river rafting without being a strong swimmer, but I had my life jacket on, so I felt okay. So before they got in the water, the guide told them, this is what it's going to be like. There's going to be a couple of fast patches of water, and this is how we do it. You stay in the center of the river, you lay back, and you let the river float you down the river. You let the current take you. You stay present in the current of the river. Don't try and grab a hold of the rocks or the reeds. Don't try and slow it down because you'll beat yourself up. And if you frail or flail, I don't know how to say that word, but why am I using it then? But if you go like this, you're only going to make the water splash around your face. You'll make it harder than it has to be. So to relax in the river, to have faith in the process, and just float down the river. Everybody agreed. The two daughters and this wonderful lady got in the river, and immediately she of trying to control things, because we're going to try new things, hopefully. So always be learning, always be growing. I always tell people that if you stay green, you grow, you ripen, you rotten. We want to continuously be learning new things, trying new things. Even the littlest of things keep us engaged in life. So having faith, getting in the water with the life jacket on, wanting to do it with her daughters because her daughters asked her to do it, being smart enough to negotiate the NAFTAs, and innocent enough to trust and float down the river, to stay innocent, to walk in faith. When we're young, the nature of abundance, the natural abundance, takes us from being a child to a young adult to an adult to a master of, I know what this means. I've had that experience before. We aren't going to do that again. And we start having judgments and attitudes that block the flow of life. I think Adrian said it, or I'm going to make it up right now, that I heard him say it, that we have to unlearn what we've learned. We have to constantly have faith that God has got this, especially in science of mind. That we relax into knowing that we are here. We are here, sourced and supplied and animated through the power and the presence of God itself. And how good it is to know that everything is provided for. I tell people all we have to do is lift up our foot and the earth is spinning underneath us. We are taken care of. We are like the lilies of the field once we relax into that and practice the presence with meditation, with prayer, with journaling, with speaking with a practitioner or a minister when we're having tough times. There's an old gospel song, "Hold my hand while I run this race." We are interdependent. There's only one of us here, and we're interdependent. That what is easy for one is easy for all. What is lifted in one is lifted for all. So we want to have faith. When I don't know the answers, I seek somebody that does. Bless you. If I don't know what's next, I ask somebody that has the experience. I stay in the alignment of the prosperous flow of God. We do that here, right? Everybody comes together and meditates. They see the thriving possibilities of the center in Beaumont. You believe in the abundance of God, the prosperity that flows through each and every one of us. So how many meditate everybody? That's awesome. So take a deep breath with me. Get comfortable in your chair if you like. Close your eyes or gaze at your pretty shoes. Just breathe in and feel and sense the vibratory frequency of your breath flowing in your blood, circulating throughout your body, revitalizing it, blessing it with fresh, abundant energy and breath, and collecting all that no longer serves you, that when you exhale, you release. Breathe in the infinite possibilities of God, and breathe out that which no longer serves you. And do me a favor, when you breathe in through your nose. Fill your stomach up with the fullness, fill the lungs up with the fullness of God's breath. And then when you push it out over your tongue, and pull your belly button to the backbone so that you squeeze every last breath out, because the deeper you breathe, the easier it is to draw in life. That's living in faith at its optimum best. If you yawn when you breathe deep, that means your mind was craving oxygen. So breathe in again and just sense and feel that you're drawing abundance to you, individually and collectively, to this cinder. Just breathe it in. Breathe the love of God. Know that the abundance of ideas, energy, information, prosperity is coming your way. Breathe it in. Know that it is your divine birthright. In known and unknown ways, money, money, come to me. It's not idolizing money, but the more money we have, the more we can prosper the church and other people. So breathe it in and then blow it out, and know that you've now become receptive to unexpected good in your life. You set the attention. You've seen it with your mind's eye. You felt it in your body. You're now attuning for it, for that prosperity. Taking a breath in and opening your eyes, coming back to this moment. Everybody has heard of Reverend Michael Bernard Beckwith, yes? He taught a class on prosperity, and he led a meditation where he asked everybody to do what we just did. And just breathe in the moment and sense and feel the prosperity that is our divine birthright. Looking out over the class, he saw this one lady doing this. And he's like, well, that's curious. What's happening there, I wonder? He finished the exercise and opened it up for conversation. What was that like for you? So what was it like for any of us? One man said He said it felt good. I just felt like I wasn't chasing money, that money was coming to me. Another person said, Reverend Michael, it wasn't even about money. I just felt abundant. I felt good. I had abundance of health, abundance of friends. My life is good. It just felt good to take a moment and realize that. And he was hoping that lady would say something, but she didn't, so he called on her. He says, what was it like for you? She goes, well, I didn't like that. I didn't like that experience at all. And he goes, well, that's interesting. Can you share with us why? She goes, yeah, the coins were hurting my head. They were hitting me on the head. It didn't feel like, it felt like I was being pelleted with a coin. So in that moment, we got to see that when abundance comes, at what form and what amount we believe is possible for us. So money doesn't hurt, and it's not about money, really. It's just about divine flow. Divine flow. In that opportunity where it's not the love of money, it's not money that is evil, it's the love of money. And what I'm talking about here isn't about hoarding, it's not about acquiring, it's just walking in faith and knowing that what you desire comes with an opportunity of experiencing it. Whether it be through divine gifts or divine rewards of money or something, there's always a possibility that more is coming our way if we be open to it. If we be open to it. And I love to walk in faith because I've come to know that I sleep better, I rest better, my digestion's better, my prayers are more effective. Is that for you as well? Amen. That's walking in faith. We're all going to get older. Oh, newsflash, I'm such a Captain Obvious, am I not? We're all going to get older, but guess what? Growing old is optional. Because my spirit inside still feels like I'm a young person. And sometimes my actions act like it. Now, it's okay to honor where we're at in life, but to be in the flow, your breath is just as generative now as it was when you were a kid, when you were a young adult. Up until this point, your breath, there's no life without breath. Walking in faith is breathing deep. Breathing in as much God as you can, holding on to it for a little bit because your breath is a natural anesthetic and it's a natural detoxer. It collects the germs that no longer serve you. So when you push it out of your mouth, you release, you let go. And the more you can exhale, the easier it is to inhale. And that's living in the faith that God's got this. The first thing that we do when we're born is breathe. The last thing we're going to do is let go of that breath. We are more than these physical bodies. And we need the circulation of breath and having the faith that it's regenerative, it's nurturing, it's life vitality. And we all have it. Once we get it, we come to understand and know that God is all there is, so we no longer question and fight that which is good for us, and we go with the flow. We stay current. And we're blessed with the overflow of God, so that when I see Dorothy, I can love her without wanting, does she like me? Is she paying attention? No, I just love her. Love each and every one of you. Without question, nothing to fear, no false evidence appearing real because I'm walking in faith that God is all there is. Am I making sense so far? So in Science of Mind, I got a leash. So with science of mind, it says here that thoughts of lack manifest as limitation. Thoughts of abundance manifest as success and happiness. Failure and success are but two ends of the one stick. So we are available to everything in the world. It's just how we receive it and how we use it. And practice doesn't make perfect. I want to share this as newsflash. Practice makes progress. And every little step along the way, remembering with what brought you here to Science of Mind, what you loved about it, keeps you in the vitality of life. Trusting and knowing that it's not just a philosophy, it's a way of life. We walk in faith. We walk in faith every day in every way in every point and place. God and only God. Everywhere I go, I meet and I see the life, the love of God in each of us. And all of this information was taken out of the Science of Mind book. God wills us to have everything as we express life. We are fulfilled. We fulfill God's law of abundance. We do this only as we realize that there is good enough to go around. Do you realize there's good enough to go around? The abundance of one person doesn't take from another. That we can have as much or as little as the container we believe we are to experience. And this is huge because it is done unto us as we believe. Ask and it is given. Pray believing we have that we may receive. So we want to be a container for God. We want to be a container for the good of God. And by doing that is to saturate our organs, our functions, our bloodline with the oxygen and energy of the breath of God. I hope we are breathing deep today. Taking it in. It's the simplest thing we'll ever do and the hardest thing to do as we get older. And I say it's hard as we get older because we become more sedentary. When I'm the fifth of 9 kids, by 8 o'clock, we all had to be out of the house. We hit the door running. You know, climbing trees and chasing boys and playing games. Oh, did I say that out loud? But all of it was go, go, go. We drank out of the water hose. We breathed deep. We stopped. There's this one comedian that said, remember when we were kids, we'd play so hard that when we got to the water fountain, we'd go, blip, 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 you know, and they'd go, okay, save some for us. Come on. We don't do that as we get older. As we get older, our breath slows down. We're not breathing from the full cavity of our lungs. We're breathing shallow. And that's why so many COPD or things like that, they all retrain us to breathe deep. So I'm giving you a secret to the key of embodying God's energy, essence, power, creative, knowing, wisdom, divine guidance. That breath is so vital to our life that I'm knowing that it is unscientific to dwell upon lack, for it will create the undesired condition. It is scientific to meditate on plenty, to bring the mind to a point conceiving an eternal flow of life, truth, and energy through us, through everything we think and do. That's walking in faith. Science of mind is kind of tricky because you kind of think like, oh, it's a new way to think. Change your thinking, change your life. You know, it's a new way of understanding. You can get into intellectual conversations with the best of science of mind people. You can go deep. But the conviction and the power of the word is in the doing, in the action, where we do what we say we know in such a fashion that we don't have to tell people who we are. They can see it by our actions. We believe in the abundance of God, that there is love that is circulating through each and every one of us. And after the talk, I'll do a demonstration, if you like, about the power of when you look at somebody, how you look at them can affect their well-being. How you look at them can affect, if they are not confident with who they are and what they know, that you can affect the performance or the outcome of something. Isn't that what they teach here? So the power in Science of Mind is I did a little book study with everybody, not everybody, 6 people here this morning. And not only did I get to learn what was being read in the book, but I've got to learn their interpretations. I got to hear their sweet voices, how they related to what they read. And I got to know people. Interconnected. We're interconnected. So the more that you can love you, the more people can feel love when they're around you. And all we need is love. Bum, ba-da-da-da. Love is powerful. Love is kind. I'm going to tell you one more story, because I told you I had 3 stories I wanted to tell you, because I think they demonstrate more powerfully what I'm trying to say through the allegories and the stories. The first story was going with the current, be present, and go with the flow. The second one, that expand your awareness, expand your consciousness, expand your ability to receive. Money isn't bad, but money is quantifiable. So I use them in my stories so that you can see the meaning of the story, what I'm trying to say. So the last one is about this little girl that went to church. It's a true story. It's from Philadelphia, and it was around the 1900s. I think it was 1912. But she went to church, and she was a poor girl from a poor family. This is according to the story. And she went to Bible study. And sometimes they wouldn't let her in. The class was so full, they go, "I'm sorry, we're too full." And one day she walked away from that experience, and she was sad. She was just sad. And the pastor saw her and asked her what was happening. And she said, "There's no room for me in the Bible study class, and I want to go to Bible study, Pastor. I don't want anybody turned away from Bible study." And the pastor goes, "Yes, I know. We're working on that. We're going to build a bigger building. We're going to build a building one day where every child can go to Bible study." He was telling the truth. He knew one day he would, but she got excited. They're going to build a building where every child can go to Bible study. And this sweet little girl started saving money. Pennies, actually, because it was 1900s. And unfortunately, this little girl became ill and passed away. And the mother called the pastor because she knew they had become friends. And what the mother found in the little girl's possessions was a little purse with 57 cents in it that said, with a little note, "Money for the new church." And the pastor saw that and saw the efforts of this little girl and was so touched that he shared it with the congregation. It's not the amount of money, it's not the size of the person, it's having a good purpose. He shared it with the rest of the congregation and told them that it was her heart's desire to have a church big enough for children. Anybody that wants to come. Nobody would be turned away. And he converted the 57 cents to 57 pennies. And he asked who would like a penny for a donation toward the new church. And people gave money for each penny. 54 of the pennies came back, and they said, please offer them up again that we may get more money. Back in the 1900s, $250 would buy a home. The good old days. So 57 cents was a lot of money for a little girl's dream. From that interaction with the pastor, from that little girl's heart's desire to be around like-minded people that she felt was good for her heart, good for her soul, that 57 cents ended up building a huge university because the congregation got behind the idea of a little girl and felt the passion of what could be done for others and came together and built the Baptist Center of Philadelphia, of something along that lines. If you Google 57 cents, you'll find the story. But sometimes it takes seeing things through the eyes of a child to give us a purpose and a passion, to see the possibilities. Her innocence didn't say, how are we going to do it? She just said, I'm going to participate best I can with what I can. For someone to be able to save 57 cents when a penny could buy things is a big deal. She went with the flow. She went with the idea. She made a purpose and a passion for her life, simple as it was, that was able to build. So the faith, walking in faith, is knowing that it's not about age, it's not about money, it's not about what we have or we don't have. Do we have a vision? Do we have a desire to create? Or are we done? Are we ripe on the vine? Are we still growing? It only takes one small idea to light the purpose and passion on people, so infinite possibilities are there. I think I'm getting a message over here. So I want you to know, I like your Danny Boy songs. I want you to know that today what I'm hoping to instill in you is that the breath of God is breathing you. The infinite possibilities that come with every breath is moving, coursing through your veins. There's nothing stopping you other than the limits and the judgments and the beliefs that you've bought into, that the physical world is more powerful than the invisible world of the love of God. Let go of the past experiences to be open to the abundance and the flow and create something. Anything that shows life is alive in you, individually and collectively. So I invite you to take a deep breath. That breath, that precious breath that allows you to be an individualized expression of God. That breath, that energy, that essence that has the wisdom of the universe. It is circulating the power to heal. It is circulating the wisdom. It is circulating the life in and through us. That as we breathe it in, we sense and feel and know God in and through me, in and through you. There's no life without this breath. So we breathe it in deep. We thank the breath for breathing us. We sense and feel infinite possibilities creeping up in and through our mind, in and through our consciousness, in and through our words and actions. That life is to be created new. That the children that are watching us see that life is good. Turn off the TV and turn on the prayers. Open a book and read the possibilities. Take a class with Reverend Michael. Sense and feel that life is good. The promise of a better tomorrow is here, regardless of the distractions. Sense and feel the goodness that is you, and share it with the world abundantly. Thank you, God. Yes, more, please. And with a breath of kindness and love for the spoken word, I simply release this prayer, knowing it is already done. I give great thanks for it, and together we say, and so it is. Amen. Thank you. Is there something else I get to do?
I get to do a song.
All right, well, I'm so glad you're here.
We're glad to. Thank you, Reverend Judy. How about another hand for her? Shine on, shine on, open up and let your light shine on. There's a burning feeling in the bottom of your soul that only your heart understands. Everybody's got a little love inside to give away, and all you really need is a chance. Well, time is wasting, but you don't have to wait another minute. Let your dreams take you to the limit. Shine on, shine on. Open up and let your light shine on. That's for everyone. Shine on, shine on. Open up and let your light shine on. Even if you never had a moment in your life when you were free enough to let yourself go, it's okay to take a little leap of faith sometime, or how will you ever know? The world is waiting for you to share the gifts that you've been given. It's never too late for a new beginning. Shine on, shine on. Open up and let your light shine on. Shine on, shine on. Open up and let your light shine on. Break out, break through. Break out, break through. Whatever's holding you back. Break out, break through. Break out, break through. Even if you never had a moment in your life when you were free enough to let yourself go, it's okay to take a little leap of faith sometime, or how will you ever know? The world is waiting for you to share the gifts that you've been given. It's never too late for a new beginning. Sing it with me. Shine on, shine on. Open up shine on. Oh, you sound wonderful. Shine on now. Shine on. Open up and let your light shine on. Open up and let your ever-loving light shine on.
Guess that doesn't work anymore, you know, the encore thing. Get the band to do another song, come on. Let's give him another big hand. I love it when Al comes down here. He's always so positive. Cheerful, yes. All right, so we're going to move into towards the end of our service here. But first, of course, we do our joyful giving. And I want to bring something up during the joyful giving that I would like all of us to start doing and actually help bring our message out farther into the world. We all have a cell phone. Some of us are online right now. We need you to share this video and all of the videos that you like and enjoy with all your friends. Share them to your Facebook, share them to your Twitter feed, share them wherever. You go to Facebook and you go down to share. Also like the videos, and if you would please comment on the videos, because all these things drive us outward into the social media presence so that more people can see our messages. It's a very important part. And be sure to subscribe to our channel too, because once we get to a certain point, they'll start just paying us. Just a thought. I'm going to put that out there. Anyway, so you can give for your spiritual message here. You can give using our website at cslbeaumont.org. You can text to give at 951-420-6909. You can do that on your phone. You just send give to that phone number. If you give online or you do not have a gift to give today, just bless the offering basket as it passed by. So if the ushers and practitioners will come forward as we repeat our abundance affirmation today. I give and receive freely and generously with an open heart and an open mind. The universe responds to me in kind. I know that my beloved community is richly blessed, and so it is.
Thank you for giving, and thank you for receiving, and thank you for being who you are. Thank you for breathing, and thank you for believing. Thank you for being who you are. The universe is flowing with love that's ever growing, and you are the vessel of that love. So thank you for caring, and bless you for your sharing, and thank you for being who you are. Thank you for being who you are.
Okay. It's time to close our service, and you don't have to join if you don't want to, although you're here always, and of course God is in you, so you're joined anyway. We like to circle up around the sanctuary all hand in hand, and we like to sing our closing song, and our closing song is actually done by
Carl Anthony.
Yeah, by Carl Anthony, our upcoming artist, coming on the last Sunday of the month. So I guess Al should probably go through it one time. If anybody doesn't know, just listen and go along. It is literally just the one slide.
It's very simple. We did it here a month ago. Some of you probably remember it. One people living on one planet, joining in one family. We are all one. So join with me. One people living on one planet. planet, joining in one family. We are all one. One people, living on one planet, joining in one family. We are all 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 one.
So everybody repeat after me. God is in me, as me, through me. I walk in the steps God gave me. I speak with the voice God speaks me. God loves all. All right, you all have a wonderful, beautiful day. We have a wonderful, yummy meal back over here. Good old-fashioned Irish with soda bread. It's got soda bread. We got soda bread. Anyway, so you guys have a wonderful Sunday, and take this beauty with you out into your day.
In my eyes, in my mind, in my heart, in my soul, in my life.